So tonight's vlog is going to be me sitting in front of my oldest daughter, Jasmine Urbina, and I asked her to give me a parent report card. So she's going to rate me based on her experience of me as a father, and I'm going to be the guinea pig for a report card, parent report card that I actually want to put on one of my websites and actually offer it to the community and the world for parents that want to evaluate themselves and help take themselves to the next level in the area of being more effective as a parent. So welcome, Jazz. Thanks for taking your time.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll tell you what. So I asked you to do this report card on me, and I didn't read it yet, and I haven't asked you to read it to me yet. So I want to do it on camera. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right, thanks for supporting me, first of all. All right, so I'll tell you what. I'll go ahead and read out the questions, and then you give me your answers.
Okay.
All right? So the first one says, Dad shows me that he loves me, and how'd you rate me?
Well, I just put checks.
Oh, you put a check?
Yeah.
Okay.
The ones that applied. So I put a check on that one, and then it asks how, and I said that you tell me that you love me every day, and that you're affectionate with hugs and kisses.
Okay. All right. Number 2 is Dad is fair in his decisions.
I put a check on that one too. And then when it says how, I said even when I don't think it's right, it's the best decision for me.
Okay.
Rather than giving me what I want.
Okay, so even though you want something and I don't give it to you, you can rationalize that it's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So parents, just an FYI, for those of you that have adapted the enabling style of parenting, that you want to give your kids everything that you didn't have, your kids are smart. They actually don't want you to do that. They want you to take a stand for them. They actually want you to say no to a lot of the requests, even though they really want it. It's not about being liked and being your kids' friends. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. What's number 3? Number 3 says, Dad is interested in my feelings.
I put a check for that one also. For how, I put, he always asks me even when I don't want to share.
So I'm kind of a pest, right?
Yeah.
So even when you don't feel like sharing, I'm always asking you what's coming up for you, what's going on, and I don't let you off the hook. Okay. All right. So number 5 is Dad admits when he is wrong.
I didn't put a check on that.
I know you wouldn't.
And then for how, I just put never. Or hardly ever.
I'm hardly ever wrong, right?
No, you hardly ever admit when you're wrong.
Okay. So from your perspective, I'm wrong a lot, and I never say you're wrong. Okay, that's good feedback to me. So number 6, Dad spends enough time with me.
I put a check for that one too. How, I put organizing family dinners, vacations, etc.
Okay, but when it says spends enough time, what does enough mean to you? Because that could be some people, if they have it in their mind or they have a negative or a self-limiting beliefs that there's not enough time, or their parent doesn't spend enough time with them, then the parent could be spending quality time with them, and in the teenager's mind, there's just not enough, right?
Yeah.
So how do you gauge what's enough time, me spending enough time with you?
I guess I just see that you're busy, so it's not like on your free time you're just sitting there doing nothing, like you're spending time with us, or like making an effort. I think just an effort is enough.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I ran out of the numbers. I didn't number them, so we're just going to go down to the next one. So Dad controls his anger and words.
I didn't put a check for that one, but I did sort of kind of like rationalize it. For how, I just put sometimes you say things that you don't mean, but you always like apologize for it later or take responsibility for it. Okay,
but that kind of contradicts with the one before that, where it says Dad admits when he's wrong. So you're saying I won't admit that I'm wrong, but I will admit when I make a mistake?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, all right. So bear with us. We're still trying to figure out what is and what isn't. All right. So, okay, got it. And then the other one is Dad listens to what I have to say.
Yeah, I put a check for that one too. I put, if it's important, he'll set up a specific time to talk to me.
Okay, but what if I think it's not important? Do I still spend the time for it or not? Because then it's about figuring out, is Dad deciding what's important and what's not? Am I listening to you when you have requests to me, whether they're important or not?
Not if you're like doing something else.
So if I'm really busy, you're noticing.
Yeah, it's usually just setting up an appointment.
Okay. All right, got it. Okay, dad is fun.
I put a check for that one.
You better check that one.
I put not afraid to be himself, even though he's kind of a dork.
All right, I'll take the dork. Dad trusts me.
Yeah, I put a check for that one too. And I put always lets me hang out with my friends without asking a ton of questions.
Okay.
Which I think is what most teens want.
Okay. They want a little bit of room to prove that they're trustworthy, right?
Yeah, they don't want to have to like be worrying about whether you're going to call or, bug them while they're out. And
okay.
Stuff, so.
Dad respects me.
Yes. I put a check for that one. And to me, it's important that, or the only one I put that's important is that you knock on my door before you come in because mom just busts in.
Okay. So by knocking on the door is important to you as a teenager, it shows a sign of respect.
Yeah.
Okay. Dad enjoys being with me.
I put a check for that one, but I also did say when I'm in a good mood, I notice it. Otherwise, I don't.
So if you're in a bad mood, you notice I give you your space?
Yeah. Or just don't
don't
want to be around me.
So just so you know, I give you your space because I do want to be with you even more when you're not in a good mood. Mm-hmm. But quite often it feels like I get pushed away. So do you want to own up to that one?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So what about dad provides spiritual leadership?
Yeah, I put a check on that one too. He always talks about it. It's never on and off or wishy-washy. You always stick to it. So
okay. You think I lead by example with my spiritual beliefs?
Definitely,
okay. And then dad makes me a priority in his life.
Yeah, I put a check for that one too. I put he shows this by feeding me, loving me, talking to me, and acknowledging me.
Okay, great. And then what's my overall grade?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I put an 11.
Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you for that. And then the other question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, what kind of relationship do you want with me?
A 10.
Okay. That's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
I think all kids want a 10 with their family members, their parents. And then on the same scale, where are you today in your relationship with your dad?
I put a 7.
Okay, and then why? Why'd you put a 7?
I mostly because we don't if we don't agree on something, it always becomes like a big deal.
What do you mean by that?
Sorry.
It's okay.
I guess because we're both really stubborn, so whenever we argue about something or don't see eye to eye on something, it's like neither of us is gonna back down.
We're almost cut from the same cloth, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so if your dad could do 3 things to raise his or her, or actually his grade to a 10, what would it be? So what 3 things, what 3 feedbacks would you give me to help me raise the 7 to a 10?
Well, the most important one I put practice what you preach, because I feel like a lot of the times you're telling me not to be stubborn and self-righteous, and then I see it in you also.
Okay.
So, I mean, not saying that it's your fault, like I learned it from you, but at the same time, I'm not learning otherwise from you sometimes.
Okay.
And then for number 2, I put understand that I can't be a certain way overnight, that change takes time. So, that whether you or mom or anyone notices that doesn't notice I'm working on myself, doesn't mean I'm not.
Got it. So be patient and trust that you are doing that work.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just for number 3, accept me the way that I am, faults and all.
Thank you for sharing that with me and for caring enough about me to help me help you and our relationship. It means a lot to me. All right, so there you have it. I got my grade, and I get to work on the work never stops. I get to always figure out how to reinvent myself to be a more effective parent, and it's never about my kids. My kids are whole and complete and perfect exactly the way they are. It's I'm the one that gets to take responsibility for our relationship, and I'm always looking at how to to be better, to be more effective, to be more loving and compassionate and understanding. And today I got some harsh feedback, and that's to stop being stubborn and stop being righteous. And that's not something new I haven't heard, but something I get to work on. And so I hope that I inspired those of you parents out there that want to take yourself to a whole nother level in parenting and want to be more effective in your relationships is ask your kids to rate you. Create one of these report cards, and if you want, you can email me at leadership@hometownstation.com, and I'll send you what I created here. I think it's a great discussion topic to open up with your kids and really help take your relationship to the whole nother level. Thanks.
You're welcome.